let me show you around my room at TRS Coral. We have the entry-level room. So this is the Junior Suite Garden View room. So initially walking in, great size, smells really nice. You're gonna see that you have a pretty open concept bathroom. So the only real way to close it would be on these little decorative curtains here, but I don't think it would give you like a fully enclosed bathroom if that's something that you're looking for. Very big jetted tub here. You have your nice double sinks. They do provide a blow dryer for you, so if you're not too picky, this is what it looks like. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to come back with another little review at the end after staying here for 3 nights, so we can tell you what we like and dislike, and I do always try to talk about the blow dryer. Really nice big shower, like very good size. So you have a rain shower head, you also have the wand, and then provided for you is going to be shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. And then you have a nice little ledge for all the other stuff that you're going to bring. And what I really like is that they have a spot for your towel right in here. So sometimes the resorts don't do so good about making sure you have enough spots to hang your towel, so I noticed that immediately. And then you have a nice little commode over here. I don't think that needs an explanation. All right, we have a safe. Get all your goodies in there. You're gonna have 2 drawers and some shelves. Over in here, if you need more hangers, just dial 0 and they'll bring you more. No need to bring any from home. You're going to have robes and slippers, and these actually feel very nice. Hopefully you don't need the umbrella and don't even step on the scale. If you want to weigh your luggage, fine, but don't weigh yourself. All right, moving on to the little mini bar area. There are 2 different coffee makers. So you have an espresso machine, and then you also have a little coffee pot. I mean, it's so little that you just brew your coffee and then you just drink it out of here because it's a baby, but it will get the job done. Of course, your room's gonna have water, and then your mini bar is also going to have soda and it's Pepsi products. So if that's important to you, that's good to know. And then you're also going to have beer, juice, water, and then there's some snacks. You got some chips, and what else is in there? Peanuts, candy, Snickers when you need a little sweet treat. All right, moving into the bedroom. King size bed. Now the rooms here, you cannot choose your bedding. So it's a king bed or 2 double beds. When you make your booking, you're going to make a request at booking, but it's important to know that you cannot guarantee your bedding type at this resort. So if you need 2 beds and you can't take the gamble, might not be the resort for you, but they do really try hard to make sure that you're going to get the bedding type that you need. So nice bed here, and then we move along to the living room. Very good size. I mean, in general, the room feels very big, but I feel like the couch is a great size. You have a nice spot to do your room service, and room service is 24 hours. And then nice big TV here, and this is where you're gonna kind of get all of your information. Your directories here, you can see the entertainment. If you wanna order room service, you're gonna see the menu and stuff on here. So you kind of have everything in one little central hub. And then lastly, we're going to go outside and see the view. Again, we have a garden view room. The view really is going to change depending on where exactly your room is, but come on outside and I'll show you my view. So that's the view. The terrace is huge. That was the first thing that I said when I came out here. I mean, it's massive. And you have your 2 nice chairs over here. So if you decide that you want to do room service breakfast al fresco, here you go. So that's gonna do it. That's the room. So like I said, stick around so I can tell you the pros and cons for this room. After a 3-night stay, let me tell you what I like and dislike about this room. So the first thing was, I believe that I said that these curtains didn't really close too much. It was just that our track was a little broken, I suppose. We got it fixed for the most part. So you can close this all the way, mostly. One track is still a little broken, but what I do is you can just tie it like this, and then you can have a pretty private experience. So for me, I do this because when I'm taking a shower, if my husband's not here, so like for instance, our first day, our butler came. I was in the shower, I don't know where my husband was, and he knocked again, and then he came in, and he did leave once he heard the shower on, but it just feels better to know that like you have it a little close. Same with this morning, we had room service delivery. My husband was here to get the room service, but I was in the shower, so we were able to just kind of close this up so room service could come in and I could still take a shower. There is no magnifying mirror in this bathroom. So if that's important to you, I would recommend bringing a little travel size magnifying mirror. I don't think I ever talked about this in the main vlog, but the toiletries were all really nice. I used the shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, and they were great. I have issues a lot of times with conditioner, not this one, and it's the Loctane brand. I believe that's how you say it. That's very fancy. I don't use that at home, so I don't know, I could be pronouncing it incorrectly. But the blow dryer also looks like this. It worked very well. It has a hot and a cold setting. I didn't see a diffuser or anything in here, but the blow dryer itself worked really well. No straightening iron here. They did have one in the spa, so I suppose if you totally forgot yours, they may let you borrow one from there. Go over to the shower. I like that the lights come on automatically. Now I don't like that in the middle of the night when you're getting up to go to the bathroom, but I do kind of like it in the shower. So they have the rain shower head and they also have the wand. I like to use the wand when it's a non-hair washing day. That way I'm not getting soaking wet. And then you can move this up and down, so if you're tall, you can put it up there. So I thought that was pretty good. And then the buttons are pretty self-explanatory, although my husband needed a little assistance, so perhaps it's not. But you just turn all the way to the left, and it goes on like that. Goes on like that. And then if you want to go to the right, it goes on like that. And then your dial buttons. You got your temperature dial buttons, and I never had an issue at all with the temperature. I know at a few resorts, if you're trying to shower at a peak time, like, you know, right before dinner, it'll be cold. I always had steaming hot water at all times, so it was great. I don't think there's anything else to talk about in the bathroom. We had enough storage space. I thought everything was pretty good. I do like that they have the red and the green button for housekeeping. I'm not sure if I already talked about this in the main vlog, but to have them do a do not disturb, don't come in, it'll be red, and then it's red on the outside of your door. If you want them to come in and clean, you put the green on. So that's what we do every time we leave the room. So when we leave the room in the morning, we'll put the green on, and same with at night. They'll come in twice a day, so you'll have your regular room cleaning, and then you'll also have turn down service. And if you would like room cleaning at a certain time, you can arrange that with your butler. The cleaning time was a little later here. It didn't start till 10 a.m. So you can probably expect that your room will not be cleaned till probably a little later in the day. We found ours was usually cleaned between 2 and 3 p.m. There are plenty of outlets here on the sides of both beds. They have your outlets and your controls here. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what all these light controls do. We just hit all the buttons. The only one I know is the Z will turn everything off for nighttime mode, but aside from that, there's a lot of switches, and in our 3 nights, we definitely did not master that. And then I think lastly, the only thing that I don't really care for, and there's really nothing that we can do about it, but there's no handle on the outside of the door. So when you go outside, you're gonna just basically have to like push the door open. I'll show you. Come on out, Kev. So when you're out here, you wanna shut the door all the way, because if you don't, then the air is going to stop. Also, you're gonna get bugs. So to get back in, you just have to push it like that. So don't be alarmed that you're locked out. I also love that they have a screen. I think this is only the second resort that we've ever been to that had a screen, so that's really nice. Now, since I have the door open, the air conditioning is off, so just keep that in mind. But if you want to get a little fresh air, you can without the bugs coming in.
And don't mind the mess in here.
Yeah, don't mind the mess.
Keep it clean.
We're leaving in 30 minutes, so don't mind the mess. But I can't really think if there's anything else that I need to talk about. We enjoyed the room very much. I thought it was a great room. I actually loved the room location. So we were in an odd numbered room, which means that we faced onto the river. The even numbers would face over to the main pool. I liked this. Initially I was like, oh, I wonder if I'm gonna be bummed, but it was actually really nice watching the water taxi go by, and it was just quieter. So if you wanted to come back and take a nap or you want to sleep in, I would say to request an odd number room. But if you have any questions, you can go ahead and leave them down below. If you're interested in booking with a travel agent, I am one and I would love to help you. You can reach out to me on my website at memoriesandmojitos.com and I'll get you all booked. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in another video soon.